What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the next Wilderness Slayer guide. For this one, we have a bear task, so we're going to Artio. It's way better than Callisto since you have 0% chance of dying.
That is so not true.
Well, if you do it right with a second account. For the first setup, we have a really cheap and effective setup. The Atlatl rolls off strength bonus, so with the Berserker Ring and the Slayer Helm, you can do some really high damage, and the DPS is actually higher than Blowpipe with the Rune Darts. But if you do want to do Blowpipe, you can just change Blowpipe, Snakeskin Boots, and Archer's Ring. But for the items kept on death here, only lose the Glory and the Darts, of course. So the second setup is with Crystal Armor. With the Crystal Bow, it's slightly less damage than the Atlatl, but if you do have the F-Bow, you'll get a lot more damage than the Atlatl, and it'll be free ammo. But you have to make sure you get Protect from Item on, or else you will lose the Slayer Helmet. But if you're using the Crystal Bow, you really only risk the Barrow's Gloves and the Crystal Bow if you get smited. This will be the inventory for both setups. If you're not using the Atlatl, you can drop the Strength, and you can mix around with the restores and the food in case you need to swap a few out for longer trips. You don't have to bring the brew, but it's nice if in case you get PK'd, you'll have a close escape, so if you're on a half TB, it'll be pretty easy to escape with the brew. And you don't need Ancient Ice Axe, but you will need something to cast Barrage or Blitz to freeze the boss. So for the boss fight, a quick summary is in the chat if you want to screenshot it or whatever. But primarily, he uses melee. Once you freeze him, he'll switch to his auto attack of ranged, but throughout all this, he can randomly attack you with mage. He charges up that attack, brings himself backwards, and then you'll see a large white projectile slowly coming towards you. Other than that, when he gets down to 300 HP, he activates his bear traps, and he'll break free from any freeze. And then when he's down to 150 HP, pretty much again, same thing happens, bear traps, and he'll break his freeze. Alright, so for Artio's Den location, it's actually really easy to get there. If you're in Feryx Enclave, it's just northwest. So this is the quickest path to get there. And that's one of the reasons why it's way better than Callisto, especially on an early account. Pkers. That is the Wilderness Player Alarm Flash, so I highly recommend getting that, but I recommend using it on a different account while you're in the cave, so we'll look at that in a second. Alright, so this is the Recon setup to ensure you'll never die from a Pkers. So you can't hop into the cave. If you hop the world, you'll be outside of the cave, and there will be an animation for you to get into the cave. At that point, your left screen will have a flash, and you'll have already C-podded out. So there's literally 0% chance that you can die from a Pkers here. It's technically not cheating, so might as well use it. Saved like that. Alright, it's 4 AM in the UK, so we'll head to one of those worlds. And before we get there, we can do quick prayers. Protect from missiles, and either Rigger or Eagle Eye. If you have Eagle Eye, you can put on Steel Skin in case you get hit, but you don't need it. Head in, quick prayers, and get to the side, and then immediately freeze, whatever your best freeze is. And that will be a magic attack. It seems like right when you get in the cave, he's very likely to use a magic attack, so just be ready for that. And then chill for a good bit. Make sure you have him tagged and his true tile on. With the true tile on, you'll be able to see when he moves before his actual character model moves. And at 300 health, he's guaranteed to move once he does his next phase. So these are little bear traps that spawn. You can actually get rid of them. He throws back, so quick pray mage. You can get rid of them by just running over them, but With the run over technique, you really don't have to get rid of him, so it's not a big deal. Overall, pretty easy boss. Just keep running from him. But he's about to get down to 150, so that freeze isn't gonna last. It's gonna be broken. You're gonna have to run a good bit away since there is a slight freeze delay there. Hopefully you can get him in 3 or 4 freezes, but some bad kills might be like 6 freezes. And there we go. Easy kill with the Divine Strength Potion. Well, pretty easy to get away from him. I even gave him a chance to come in case he'd hop, and still easy to get out. Alright, we're starting this inventory with 75 kills left. We're going to go for 20 minutes, hopefully, with a Divine Strength, and we'll see what we got at the end. In exactly 20 minutes, we got 14 kills, making it 42 kills an hour, which isn't bad. And we weren't too lucky on loot, so 530k in the bag. At least we got some Dragon Bones, Cannonballs, and Coconuts. And then a few extra Dark Crab. Although it's a boss and we're mainly here for drops, it's not bad XP. Could be more, but 70k range, over 20k Slayer, over 20k HP. So really not bad. One thing to note though is Artio has a secondary supply roll. So throughout the trip you'll get a ton of extra supplies and you can have very long trips because of it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I should teleport out. I'm not even thinking. Oh my goodness. The PKer cut that one short, so it was only about 10 minutes, but we got 5 kills, which will make it just over 30 kills an hour. So I'm gonna switch back to the Atlatl so it's a little bit quicker, but it was pretty easy to kill him like that. You don't have to pick up the ammo, you can stay farther away, and you don't have to sip prayer potions as often. So with the Bofa, it'll be very effective. Finally, an uninterrupted trip, and about 14 kills again for 823k. Alright guys, we're finally done with our task. We did 83 Artio. Ended up getting 43,000k Slayer XP. It's pretty solid. And for the average loot, we have 3.1 mil, which very good for consistent guaranteed loot. But if you get lucky, 23.3 mil off one Artio task. Thank you for watching our Wilderness Slayer guide on bears. Artio is definitely the best way to do it for good GP and to get the Voidwaker. And the next one, we shall kill some lesser demons.
Don't like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, like and subscribe.